and good day, everybody. And how the heck are you? I was ready to say something else, but yes, how the heck are you? I am Brother Chris, and Gypsy Lady Eva is on the other line.
Yes, here I am.
How are you? How are you?
I am doing fine. The weather here is excellent.
Yes.
A little bit windy, but that's okay. It's warm.
Yeah.
And I am looking out my window, and the trees are starting to get that faded green look, dark green, I don't know, dust. I call it the dusty look, just before they start to change. And the corn is almost totally dried out.
Yes.
So fall is here whether we have it, feel it or not.
Yeah. So, in your area, how has any of the changes of the leaves started, though?
Not in our area. There are some trees here and there, but who knows why they are changing. The trees that are right outside our window are getting that, just starting to, you can just start see a leaf here, a leaf there with the color change.
Okay.
And depending on the weather, it should be within the next 2 weeks or so.
Yes. That's one thing though. That's kind of nice though. Is if you're actually out in the country or outside of concrete jungle, that's the best way to put it. Though is you see the difference of change throughout the seasons. In the concrete jungle, you can't see the changes at all until all of a sudden the white stuff comes.
They're far more subtle.
Yes.
You know where it's most interesting, and I lived in Arizona for a while. And you think Arizona is just one big hot desert. That's it. No, there are seasonal changes. They're far more subtle, but they're there.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just couldn't resist.
It's all right. No, I was watching actually today on YouTube. It was a police chase, and the person was actually in Arizona. Yeah, and you got to see trees. Most people usually think Arizona is to do with basically like what you're saying, though, desert area, but it's not. All depends on what area though that you're, the state though that you are.
The area that I lived in, Tucson, and Tucson is in the middle of the Sonoran Desert.
Yes.
So you will see cacti, and other desert animals and plants. And if you want to experience and you get homesick for Michigan, you go to Mount Lemmon, which is right outside the city, the foothills of the Rockies, and you go up to the top. You can drive up there. I've been there many times. I've been there, and you are back in Michigan. It has the same kind of feel, humidity-wise, et cetera. And then you finally have to get back home, and you start going back down the mountain, and you can actually feel the air getting drier and drier and drier.
Yes. Is that sort of over towards right where the Holland is? Holland, Michigan.
Uh-huh.
Is it over by that area?
Yeah.
No, right where you were talking about. Is that over towards Holland, Michigan?
What, Tucson?
No. You were saying the portion of Michigan that you could actually go to, like the Lemon Hills.
Oh no, I was talking about in Tucson, Michigan.
Okay. Okay, all right.
Sorry.
It's all right. No,
you're throwing me off there.
I'm back in left field because I'm actually thinking. I'm thinking about today. So with today though, we're going to be talking about the past week's news all together. So that's where our mind is right now, and we'll be right back after this quick commercial break. And we're going to get started actually with who recently passed away this week.
In this election, we each face a question. What kind of country do we want to live in? There are some people who think we should be a country of chaos, of fear, of hate. But us, we choose something different. We choose freedom. The freedom not just to get by, but get ahead. The freedom to be safe from gun violence. freedom to make decisions about your own body. We choose a future where no child lives in poverty, where we can all afford health care, where no one is above the law. We believe in the promise of America, and we're ready to fight for it. Because when we fight, we win. And let's get to work. I'ma keep on running, because a winner don't quit on themselves.
Alrighty, so yes, actually, again, though, there's a lot of stuff going actually on in this world. Just this week, though, one great actor, especially with his voice, which is well known for everybody, even kids these days, just recently passed away. And the first way I recognized them, though, was actually from Star Wars.
Luke, I am your father.
Yeah. So, yes.
Actually, no, he never said that. He said, I am your father.
Yes. Yeah.
The inflections that he could give, just amazing.
Yeah. And for those who aren't sure who we're talking about, Eva, I'll give that to you. Can you let them know who just recently passed away?
The late, great James Earl Jones.
Yes. He just passed away just this week.
At 93.
That's still
I didn't realize
young.
he was that old.
That's still young. That's 39 then.
Well, I went to Wikipedia,
Yes.
one of my favorite resources, and I just looked up his his acting career. His first TV appearance was in 1963. And that was on East Side, West Side, which is a very old series.
Yeah.
And his first film appearance was in Dr. Strangelove in 1964. So he's been around for a long time.
Yeah.
And I never realized it.
Yeah, he has. But again, though, he was a really great actor. Another great one that he actually did, besides the voice of Darth Vader, this one here, he did make actually great motions in it, which was actually something about a field though that actually has to do with corn and deals with baseball.
Ah, yes.
And you said that you were watching it last night.
Yes, I was. I couldn't sleep, and that's why I feel that the title is a bit of ironic. I could not sleep. I was doing insomnia. What did I watch? Field of Dreams.
Yeah.
But I look at that and I look at the corn outside mine. It's like, yeah, we could do that.
Yeah. That's the concept.
You know what I always wanted was a sequel where James, remember, I don't know if you remember it. You watched it.
Thousands of times.
Okay. They invite him to go with them into the corn.
Yes.
I always hope they would do a sequel where he comes back.
Yeah. And
just to tell what was on the other side.
It's like, gosh. Well,
yeah.
Well, if we metaphorically look at that, right when he goes into the corn, he's basically he's passing actually on to the spiritual world. Right.
Did he or didn't he?
So literally, that's the way the writers really wanted it to go. What I actually watched and heard about, but he did go to the spirit. He did go to the other side. So he went to the field of dreams, 100%.
I guess so.
Right.
But remember, he also promised to come back.
Yeah.
You know what I think was the saddest moment in that? It was a good moment, but it was a very sad moment.
Which part?
Dreams, where the one player comes running up. He was a doctor, but when he came to the field of dreams, he was a young player.
Yeah.
Because he had passed. And he got to the edge of the field. And he thought a moment, and he just took that step. And he became the doctor.
Yeah, that's right when the little girl was choking.
Yes. I mean, it was a good thing because he saved the little girl, but it's like, it was very poignant thing for me.
Yes. Yeah.
I cried when I say this.
Yeah, it's like that's yeah, but he also started on Big Bang Theory with Carrie
Yes.
Fisher, and he was with the actor though that played Sheldon, and they were actually at Carrie Fisher's house. And the actor though that played Sheldon said, "Well, is Carrie Fisher going to be upset?" And he said, "Well, Carrie Fisher and I, we've really never met," which is solely true.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened was did the doorbell ditch. They rang her doorbell. They ran. And Carrie Fisher all of a sudden came out, and she goes, "That's not funny anymore." So it's like God. But yeah,
and it's ironic because they're both gone.
yes, yeah.
They're both gone.
Yeah. So that's some of that was one of the greatest deaths though that happened just this week. There's a couple other ones, but closer towards the beginning of the new year, what we're going to do is we're going to go throughout the whole list actually of who's passed away this year. We're going to talk a little bit more in detail. And
there's a whole bunch who passed away.
Yes, yeah.
Where do you want to start?
So we'll do that. We'll do that one actually comes New Year's, sort of like what we did at the beginning of this year. But what I like to do though is move actually on to 9/11.
Okay.
All right. 9/11. No, we all do remember right where we were, and that was actually 2001. Is right where we were. But the kids these days, of what I've heard, though, that they are learning it within schools.
And that
so
that means it's history.
Yeah. It is U.S. history, which is really good. Again, though, altogether there was over 2,977 people that were actually killed.
Mm-hmm.
There was two flights though that hit the World Trade Center, and one though that hit the Pentagon. But yes, did you get a chance to watch any of those videos I sent to you?
I just watched two of them, and neither of them were the one on the 9/11.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Right. Well,
I had a lot of company this week, surprisingly enough.
Yes. But you said, though, that you did watch the one to do with Biden. Biden flew in the day before.
Mm-hmm.
So he flew actually on the 10th. There is a video, though, that there is a great photographer, video photographer. He did do the landing of Biden on the pier. And then him getting actually out, walking into the car. Kamala, though, actually on the 10th, though, she was in debate with Rump. And
you're being kind.
And Kamala flew in actually at midnight. Now, for Rump, though, he was not escorted at all. He had no luxury thing at all. He had to find the vehicle himself. The parade went on early in the morning on the 11th, and you could see. At first, though, Kamala's car is going through. The second car was actually Joe Biden. And then the third car was the mayor of New York City. So, really great videos altogether. Do we want to sort of let people know exactly what times the planes took off?
I'm sorry. I didn't expect that question.
All right. Well, the first flight took off actually from Boston, actually at 7:59 a.m. The second flight did take off from Boston. They were both going to Los Angeles, California. The second flight took off at 8:19 a.m. again, though, from Boston, Ontario. Not Boston, Ontario, but Boston, Massachusetts. Again, First plane hit at 8:14 a.m. Second plane hit around 9:45 a.m. Also, again, though, that there was over 2,977 people though that were killed. In New York City, though, there was 2,753 people that were killed. 40 people were killed to do with Flight 93, and that's one that hit the Pentagon. So, and there was over 7,000 flights though that landed in Newfoundland, Canada. on that date.
Mm-hmm.
So there's
I had the note someplace.
It's all right. It's all right.
I am so sorry. I just was not thinking.
It's all right. It's all right. So yeah,
9/11. The big thing with 9/11, and most people are still talking about, is the fact that the towers did actually go down, and they were supposedly constructed so that they were indestructible, and yet when these planes hit, that was that end of discussion. They were gone.
Yes.
And many of the firemen, many of the people that were close to the buildings, when they went down, the dust and debris, they are still dealing with it.
Yeah.
Many of them have died from it's a lung cancer, but it's not lung cancer. It's a cancer caused by the asbestos and all this other stuff that was a part of it.
Yeah.
Not so much asbestos, but the fibrous, the stuff that was used to insulate and that sort of thing. And it was the number of actual deaths now related to that is somewhere in the 5,000s. That's a lot of people.
That is. It's like
and I don't know if it was on that or not, but I did read where they really don't know. They really have not been able to make a connection as to who actually planned this. They have theories. They have good evidence, but they don't have hard evidence. So it's still kind of up in the air as to who actually planned and did this whole thing.
Yeah.
Which I find most interesting. And how long has it been? And they still don't know.
It's been 23 years.
And the article that I was reading it about said that this was because, how did they put that? It's like walking in a maze. And if you know where all the trap doors and secret doors are, you can get through it. But if you don't know, you wander aimlessly. And this is kind of what's going on. They just can't make that connection.
Yeah.
You know, they get to a certain point and that's it.
Yes. Yeah.
Which is kind of sad, but it definitely was a terrorist group that did it, though.
Yeah, they're saying though that it was actually Saddam, though actually was the main person. But still, who actually gave Saddam the information? That's the big
Exactly.
question.
Exactly.
We never really know.
And I'm not sure if the president went to Pennsylvania, but that's the one that is the big one because it was the group. They talked to us as a group, the pilot and the passengers, and they said, no, we're not going to let them do it.
Yeah.
And they crashed the plane. Now, those were patriots.
Yeah.
Those were heroes.
Yeah. It's like so yeah, that just happened a couple days ago. That was roughly 3 days ago, and that was on Wednesday that happened, and that was 9/11. A lot of great tragedy. Again, those kids these days are learning about it, which is great in schools. I'm not sure in Canada directly, but within the States, so that they're learning about it, and that's another great thing, though, that's actually brought forward for education. Most people are always trained for tornadoes or even fires, but what do you do right when you actually are within a terrorist attack? What do you do? All right, next thing though that's going to be bringing up though, I got a short little clip for it, and I'm going to play that for you guys, and we're going to talk about the commentary of this week.
Does Donald Trump really believe that they are eating cats and dogs in Springfield, Ohio? Despite that being debunked and being made the butt of endless jokes and memes, the former president is doubling down. At a rally in Arizona, he said it again.
Donald Trump is not letting up.
They take in the geese. You know where the geese are? In the park, in the lake. And even walking off with their pets.
He's posting AI-generated images of himself hugging small animals and saving a kitten. He's cracking up.
What is the meaning of the word Loser. Donald Trump.
Okay, I got to stop laughing here.
And that is so true, though. It's like, gosh, so how many more times does the news have to bring forward to do with him? And I love exactly what you brought forward before we even went live. They're always talking about Joe Biden, about how old he was. They're talking about Kamala Harris to do with stuff. But with Trump, though, they're not doing anything at all on the media. The media is not doing anything at all. The media is constantly lying. There is a gentleman that I watch, and I sent this stuff to Eva, and I'm actually up to date 24 hours, pretty much a day, of what's going actually on in the States. I live in Canada, and this guy is right actually on to everything, though, that the media is not talking about. Eva, who's the gentleman again that I watch?
Brian Tyler Cohen.
Yes. Yeah.
And most of the time he is very straightforward, he's very good. I like listening to him. I had listened to him before you even brought him to my attention, but he can also get a little bit on the silly side, and when he does, it's really great because it's mostly satire.
Yeah.
And he is good.
Yeah.
He's very good.
So basically, though, I didn't play the clip, but the youth, the pets, and all that there was brought forward to him from the dumb broad that he's actually having sex with, he's actually flirting with, and she's the one that made up the whole stuff. And they've actually proven, though, that she's made up the stuff.
Well, I talked with my niece just the other day, and we were talking about her, and I said, "Yeah, see, she's even traveling with him." And she said, "How'd she put that? Yeah, that's his. That's his. I mean, the one he does. She kept wanting to use the F word."
Yes. Yeah.
And she's afraid because Grandma might be sitting next to me.
It's like
So she's in the room. Yeah, she's a F partner.
Yeah. And it's so true. It's like, gosh. So she's the one that's caused it altogether. And then to do with the schools getting actually the calls about the bombing.
Oh, yeah.
That was actually to do with Trump's side, and they actually proved it. And on Wednesday, we did talk about this, but I indicated that it was Trump's party doing it, and they've actually proven that it's Trump's party that's actually calling all the schools to do with the bombing. It's because Trump is majorly losing. He is a loser. He does not follow anything at all. And yes, Eva's out of her water.
I'm dry.
So it's like
yeah. I do not know how people can vote for him, find him to be intelligent. When you listen to it, and as someone who is on the other side of the fence, so to speak, the Canadian side, I'm sure you guys over there must get a real hoot out of him because, man, this guy is like out in left field. He's not even out in left field. He is just way beyond the atmosphere.
Yeah. Well, the one thing I hate about our Canadian news, so that they're saying, "Oh, it's an even debate. Everything's equal. They're both winning. They're both losing." No. Come on, Canada, get your head screwed in straight, especially with with CTV. Actually, with City Post 24, get your head screwed in straight. Stop coming up with your figures. Don't know where you're getting the information from. Follow more closer with the States news, and you'll be able to learn a little bit more, especially with the gentleman Brian. He's an awesome guy.
Yes. That whole debate thing. I mean, I saw a cartoon, and you see a little elephant representing the Republicans and the donkey and you see the donkey handing the elephant his arse.
Yeah. So
And that's exactly what happened. She literally handed it to him and then kicked him in it.
yeah. Oh, did you get the one I sent to you, the little clip I sent to you yesterday to you with the cat?
Oh, I sent you that one.
No, not that one. There was something else I sent to you also yesterday.
Let me see.
So it is quite comical. It's about Trump talking about actually the animals.
Oh, I didn't see that one. I got
No?
to find it.
Okay, I sent that to you through Messenger.
Oh, that's why I didn't see it.
So
Hang on.
not through email or text. I sent that through you to Messenger. So for everybody, just let you know, it's basically of a cat watching actually to do with Trump saying no that everybody's eating the cats or eating the dogs. The cat jumps up in the TV. It was quite comical.
Do the math. 62 million pet cats in the USA.
I sent you a couple,
Okay.
right? But the one though is to do with the TV. The cat sitting over under the TV.
Okay, I'll look at it later.
So yes.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now.
Okay. You can play without volume.
Oh, it's not playing.
No,
I gotta
okay.
do
All right,
something
all right.
else. I probably got too many things.
So-
Oh, there's speaking of cat.
Yep. So our
Hello,
little
Rocky.
mascot boy, Rocky, has popped up on and he's looking at the camera.
Hello, Rocky.
So
Rocky. Rocky. Ah, there's his big green eye.
yes. That's like that's so yeah, no. And then the great news about today, early this morning with Missouri. Missouri has passed some great news actually within the Supreme Court. So this thing has just passed, though. They passed the ballot, and that's to do with the stuff to do with abortion, which is what Trump was trying to fight against altogether. They did pass, though, and that it will be actually on the ballot. So that's another great thing that's happening altogether. All right, so Eva's kind of watching the stuff. I can see her eyes going back and forth across. Did you get a chance to watch it?
Yes, I just watched it. That was funny.
Yes. So
I thought you meant the cats that were marching. Did you get that one?
yes, they did. Yeah. But the one with actually Trump talking with the cat jumping, that was hilarious. So that's like so.
Don't mess with cats.
No. Cats actually know themselves quite strongly, which is good.
They are discovering that cats are more intuitive than what we've given them credit for.
Yeah.
Wonder they don't like him.
Yeah. It's like so. But
And what I think is hysterical is he's doing all this stuff about the cats and the dogs, especially the cats. And who comes up and gives her support to Kamala?
Taylor Swift.
And what is she holding in the picture?
Her cat.
Bingo.
Yeah.
I think she did that deliberately.
Yep, so true. It's like so, and that's one thing I'm noticing those with commercials though. Commercials are not playing much cat commercials over here in Canada. They're always playing dog commercials, and they want equal. They say, "Oh yeah, we're for your pets." What's going on with the cat commercials? There used to be tons and tons of cat commercials out there with equal of dogs, like Meow Mix out there, but there's nothing lately.
Yeah, and like the one that gets me is there's all these commercials for this dog, the farmer's dog or something like, real food for dogs.
Yeah.
What about our kitty cats?
Yeah.
Unless they catch mice, what are they going to eat?
So true. It's like
And I have seen now they are starting to bring out something similar to the farmer's dog. And our cats catch mice, so I guess that's okay. One cat catches mice.
Yes.
Mice.
Mice. So
Pieces. I hate pieces to pieces.
So like rice, it's mice. So all right. So we're gonna do a quick reading. We're gonna do a quick reading for this coming week. We're gonna see.
I have a question.
Yes.
Okay, if you have one house, it's house.
Yeah.
But if you have two, it's houses.
Yes.
Would that be pieces?
Houses.
Well, you have house, mouse.
Yes.
Houses, mouses.
Yes.
No. Houses, mice. So shouldn't it be either mouses or heis?
I'm not too sure. So it's like that's
Don't you love the English language?
Yes. So we're going to do a quick reading actually for this week, and we're going to see how things are going to go actually all together. I'm here in Canada, and my colleague Gypsy Lady Eva is actually over there in the States. There's not much going actually on here in Canada lately. Everything's more drawn to the States. So yes.
There's nothing going on here. Just the usual crap.
It's like so. But yeah, we're gonna draw that actually coming forward to you guys. We're live here every single Wednesday and Saturdays at 2:00 now, not 2:10. We're now actually at 2:00 Eastern Standard Time. Check us out. If you guys have missed any of our podcasts, please play them back. And thank you very much to Podbean Live for allowing us to be able to host our shows here, right here underneath Podbean. So, if Gypsy Lady's ready, I'll give the card to Gypsy Lady Eva.
Okay. Pulled up my usual three. Ace of Cups, the Tower, and the Knight of Cups. And it's kind of interesting. Ace cards usually are indicative of new beginnings. And you talk about this coming week, and I kind of like to spread it out a little more. That way it gives me a little bit of leeway, wiggle room, so to speak. And when I look at I look at the cups, and it's the Ace of Cups, which is the beginning of something new. And then the middle card is the Tower. And the Tower is the destruction of the old, or the end of the old, especially, and it's rather devastating. And then we go to the Knight of Cups, which is the way it's looking outward from the cards, not into the cards. And the Knight in this one has a rather feminine look to it. And it's like the first thing when I saw these three cards together, I thought, something is going to happen to Trump within the next couple of weeks that is going to completely devastate the whole Trump universe. And Kamala is going to come out the victor.
Yeah.
And I pulled the comment card, which is the the King of Swords. And that is a very masculine. It has a beard and everything. And I look at that, and it's like the king is looking at the knight, and it's like he's knighting her. Because the way the sword is laying. I mean, that was my first impression. And it's like, well, I think it was you that said you feel that Kamala was going to win by a landslide.
Yeah.
I think you're right. Something is going to happen with Trump. And I think it's going to devastate the whole Trumpian universe. I don't know. I could be very wrong. But that's my interpretation.
Yeah. Well, again, though, what you were saying, though, is that they're focusing actually only on Biden and also Kamala, but they're not focusing actually on Trump to do with his mental case, if you want to call it that, or his mental brain, what he's actually what he's doing. So yeah, it does make sense. It's like,
interesting.
So, yeah.
Yeah, we are in for some big changes because I just did. Sometimes I do a secondary reading with the cards as they are,
Yes.
And they flip them up. It's the Emperor, the World, and Justice. 3 arcane, major arcane, which means there's some big changes coming.
Yeah.
Again, with the changes. The Emperor, his rule is at the end. The world is going to be involved, and justice will prevail.
Awesome. Yeah. For myself, though, I'm using actually the Sean Leonard's cards. Sean Leonard, though, is, if you guys have not seen him, he's right now underneath YouTube. He's done two recent videos, and again, though, Spirit Talker is actually the name of it. So I am using the Sean Leonard cards. They are Oracle cards. I do not. As soon as I get the book, I throw the book out, because the reason why is because I connect to the cards a different way than what the books actually indicate. So the first card, though, is card number 19, and that one there is air. It says breathe and mindful. So basically, though, is with the breathing, though, is throughout this week, though, don't worry about things. Relax, inhale and exhale, especially when things are going to get a little bit more troubling this week, actually, with the news and everything else. Be mindful, actually, altogether. This is still with the card number 19. Be mindful exactly what's going to go on down the road. And this mindful, though, is actually to do with Trump. But breathing, though, is don't worry, things are going to go the proper way for Kamala. Card number 2, though, is actually card number 26, and this is actually Sage, Scattered, actually Medicine, and this cleansing. So basically, though, is this coming week, though, cleanse actually yourself. Cleanse your area. There's different ways altogether that you can do cleansing. There's smudge, and there's actually meditation altogether. But again, though, is be actually cleanse your whole area around you. All right. If people are coming to you with negativity, which a couple weeks ago we did talk about, actually to do with people that are basically self-centered. Why me? That's pretty much what we talked about. So basically, you can't be around that type of environment. Bring the more positive energy forward. Do some meditation, do some cleansing altogether with sage or sweetgrass, or even actually the natural form medicines. The last card, though, is card number 14. Grandfather, son, scattered fire. All right. Guard. So with that one, though, it's kind of like 2 in 1, but basically, though, is grandfather sky. Not sky, but sun. Sorry, grandfather sun. Actually, the sun's going to beat down. We're gonna feel more warmth actually outside this week. Here is going to be a little more gorgeous. Some of the areas within the states might get a little bit rain, sort of like what Florida's been getting lately. But still, it's going to be more peaceful to be actually out in the sun. Scatter fires, though, is basically is to do with cleansing, smudging. Whenever we do actually light our natural foreign medicines actually on fire, right, there is actually the scatter of it. So you spread it outwards, spread the positivity outwards, cleanse outwards away from you. Show to people that you are going in the right way. So those are what I'm getting for this week. So those are Indigenous cards. And Eva was talking about Trump. For myself, though, I kind of talked about Trump, and yeah, get that positive going forward.
Well, right now the whole campaign is so majorly hot. You really can't think of anything else. It's hard to calm down.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
Yeah. Let's look at that. So what's your blood pressure at so far today?
7,000 over. Actually, it's pretty good. I can't complain. It's 130 over 92, I think it was.
Okay.
I think I've told this story before. I was having a home nurse or a visiting nurse for a while, and she came in and we got talking about something, and she took my blood pressure right after we kind of finished the conversation, and my blood pressure was high, and she says, I'm going to wait a little bit and take it again just to be sure.
Yeah.
And about 20 minutes later, she took it again, and it was nice in the normal range. We won't do that again.
No. So right now for mine though, actually heart rate though is 98. The HRV is reading at 58. So I'm in normal right now.
What is this normal you speak of?
I know I can't, but I know for myself though, like sometimes I do get hostile with speaking. But yes, talking about things, bring it out, right? It's basically another way for cleansing yourself.
Yeah.
Don't hold things back. Get all that negativity out of your system. Talk about it. But whenever you talk, do not get hostile.
No. And you can't shoot them. That's against the law.
Yes. Yeah. You know that they're trying to change the state's rules about guns, which is totally understandable, and I do totally agree with it.
That's another one. I have to watch it when we discuss it because I have some very strong feelings about it.
Yeah.
The gun lobby is very, very strong, and we need to break that gun lobby.
Yeah. Yeah.
We should take them out back and shoot them. No.
Yeah, but then.
Oh, no. I'm going to get somebody banging at my door one of these days. That's like. Okay. This is a story. If you want to hear it, fine. It's a little bit short, or well, it's a little bit. About a half mile down the road from where we live here in the States, there was a gentleman, an old gentleman. He was Italian. We called him Italy Pete. His first name was Pete. And he was connected with the mafia in Detroit. And we never knew, but he did something that he got sent out here to be out of the way. And lots of mafia members would come out here hunting, okay, on his land. And who's to say there aren't bodies buried there? Because sometimes you need to make them completely disappear. And I always said, Jim, that's where Jimmy Hoffa is. He's buried out here. No one would think to look out here for this body. And I've said it so many times. My sister one day says, you know, the FBI hears what you say, and they will be knocking on the door.
Yes.
It's like, okay. I haven't talked about it lately.
It's like, so.
For a long time.
Yeah. Well, talking about knock on the door, the only thing I'm waiting for, though, is Men in Black to knock on the door.
Uh-huh. Yeah, but you won't remember it.
That's the movie. I'm talking about the real stuff.
Yeah, but still, you won't remember it. They have ways to make you forget.
That's like awesome. But yeah, no. So again, we do say thanks a lot for everybody that's tuned in today. If you guys have wanted to listen to any of our podcasts, you can always play back here underneath Podbean, underneath our channel of Divine Oracle Podcast. Listen back, share it with your friends, let your friends know a little bit more about us, and also leave comments. Let us know positive things.
Please.
All right. So from us to you guys have a wonderful day.
And thank you, everyone. Thank you for the privilege of your time. It is appreciated.
All right. Well,
have a great weekend.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
In this election, we each face a question. What kind of country do we want to live in? There are some people who think we should be a country of chaos, of fear, of hate. But us, we choose something different. We choose freedom. The freedom not just to get by, but get ahead. The freedom to be safe from gun violence. The freedom to make decisions about your own body. We choose a future where no child lives in poverty, where we can all afford health care, where no one is above the law. We believe in the promise of America, and we're ready to fight for it. Because when we fight, we win. And let's get to work.
I'ma keep on running, cause a winner don't quit on themselves.